Welcome back to Vegas Live with Nina, and I'm Nina, I'm your host. And I love reoccurring guests because they're absolutely amazing. They usually come back because they like the first time, and then they normally bring back a whole bunch of people that are actually involved with what they do and to understand what we are doing in Vegas. We're doing so much in Vegas. Aaron, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
You were on a couple of weeks ago.
I was.
And
yep.
What you do is absolutely amazing with the younger generation, with the teenagers.
Adults, 17 years and older.
17 years and older. And what's the company name again so that they know?
So it's the Asperger's Training, Employment, and Life Skills. We help those adults 17 years and older with Asperger's, which is
and
high
nobody
functioning
really takes
autism.
care of them, because as soon as anybody becomes 18, they're kind of left on the streets or left wherever they're left. And so what your program you're doing is kind of really cool.
Yeah, so what we do is, as soon as they become an adult, things change. They're not in school anymore.
No, that's right.
So the purpose of what we do is to help them transition into adulthood and become independent. So when the parents do start to get older, or they, they want their kid to move out and be on their own and experience adulthood, we're part of that process.
I'm part of that process. And I have, what was your name again?
It's Angel Brock.
Angel, I have an angel next to. Oh, I love that. I love it. Angel Brock has quite a story, because I believe your son went through his program.
Yes.
and is now out there in the working world.
Correct. So my son started out after many years of searching for something to help him. Got with Aaron, and he helped him get a job. So my son's been working at Albertsons for about close to 3 years now.
For 3 years now.
Yes.
And what does he do there?
He's a courtesy clerk.
A courtesy clerk.
Yeah.
How wonderful. And this young lady, what was your name? You're from Planet Fitness. That's where I need to be.
My name's Amanda.
Amanda?
Yes.
And Amanda, we were just talking with Aaron, and we just happened to mention that your father did the logo for Las Vegas. True or false?
The Clark County logo.
That's even bigger.
Yeah.
Clark County logo. How did he come up with that, or is this his business?
Yes, he's been a commercial artist for over 40 years. So we've lived here over 35 years.
35 years. So were you born here?
No, I was actually born in Germany.
Oh, you were born in Germany. Oh, so your father is German?
No, he was stationed in the military.
Stationed. That's right, because that's one of the. In fact, that's where Elvis Presley, I believe, met his wife. Mm-hmm. Didn't he? Priscilla.
Yep.
That's where they met in Germany, because he was in the army, or whichever he was in.
Army.
And the army, yeah, there you go. And what's your name?
My name is Nicola Jevtic.
Oh, I'll remember that, won't I, Nicole? Nicole. Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. Hey, Nick, how are you? Nick's much easier, isn't it?
Usually people say Jevtic, but Jevtic is the correct pronounce.
So what nationality are you?
I'm half Serbian from my father's side. That's where the last name comes in.
Yes.
And my mother is El Salvadorian, so also half Latino.
Oh, how wonderful. Mm-hmm. So what brought you to Vegas?
Oh, actually, I've always lived here in America, honestly. My father came in from Serbia. My mother came from El Salvador. Married each other in California. I was born there in California.
And there you are. And here we have the project right here. It's going to be Nick, because I might get it wrong, and I don't want to embarrass myself with that. So, Aaron, now what is the connection with all of? I know the connection with Angel.
Right. So Nick came to us 3 years ago.
Yes.
And was having some difficulties with trying to figure out, what career he wanted or what kind of job, and so when he came through us, he actually went through our employment training class.
Okay.
Yeah, and Angel's son did as well. So what that is it's 20 hours long, mm-hmm. and we show them how to do mock interviews, final interviews. We show them how to dress properly. They learn how to do tax forms, applications, cover letters, resumes. For those that don't have that experience.
And Nick, you knew nothing about any of this. You didn't know how to apply for a job or that.
Not really that much. I mean, I did start out at Goodwill during high school, and then after that in Office Max. It didn't work out that well.
Didn't work out that well. So you actually realized in your own mind that you needed to do something about this.
Yes, honestly, I'm not ashamed to admit this. I was lazy and I was fat. And
well, now he's not lazy.
Drive.
He's not fat. He looks pretty cool to me.
Thank you.
So you've had the greatest experience through Aaron's program, then?
He got me my first job at Walmart for the holidays.
Yes.
And then after that, Planet Fitness, which was like only, what would you say, like two doors down?
Mm-hmm. Same shopping center.
Isn't that, I mean, you've got to, all of you are doing, they're all just doing such great things for other people. And isn't that what it's all about? I mean, and now what is your position in all this?
I'm the general.
Apart from keeping everybody fit.
Right.
Now I'm on your list.
I'm the general manager at Planet Fitness, and so Nick is one of my staff members.
Oh, okay.
He's been with me almost 3 years now.
3 years you've been there. And how's he doing? How is he building up the ladder? Obviously, with the fitness, you lost all the weight that you had, so you're looking pretty cool.
Thank you.
He's lost almost 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Wow. How amazing. And so what do you gain out of for yourself, your own self-feeling of working there and losing all that weight and sort of, now you're kind of in society?
I feel better, honestly.
Yeah.
I've been talking to people. I've been going out more.
Yeah.
I have been seeing the family good.
Yes, the
I
family.
mean, there have been problems the past few years, but we got through it.
Well, that's the idea, isn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, and that's when Nick first came to us, he didn't have that confidence to go out there and work around people and be social.
So he felt he wasn't accepted.
It's very, he was very nervous and had a lot of anxiety about that. But part of the process is in that employment training class, and me being his job developer and his advocate and mentor, is that we take him through a process to get him comfortable. We do a lot of interviews, and after a while, he starts to understand that his responses are the responses that an employer
So you
wants.
have now put responsibilities on him which he likes.
Yeah.
And something is funny, when we bring up children, there's one thing we don't do. When we actually correct a child, the child happens to like it.
Yes.
Because then the child does a better job. And unless a lot of parents these days are not correcting their kids.
Right.
I don't know why, and they just don't correct them when they do something. And I see it. I see a kid running around, the parents don't care and they don't bother, or they spill something, they don't say pick it up and say you're sorry. Nothing.
Right.
So that doesn't give them responsibility in life.
That's true. We put a lot of responsibility on them too, and for some people it's not a good fit, or it's not a good fit yet. It's a process. We have to be met somewhere in the middle, and so we basically just get them polished and ready to work, but they have to give us that.
You know where they have to be before they go out and do that, before they get embarrassed.
Absolutely, yeah.
They don't want to go to a job or try to get a job and get embarrassed.
That's it. Yeah, and the parents have got to be on board. We have to make sure transportation is ready to go. We have to make sure they got the proper clothes. We have to make sure that they're ready to work around other people and customers, and sometimes some take longer than others,
of course,
which is fine, and that's part of our process too. And then you get success stories like.
Good question I have for you is how capable are they all, not all, but most of them, of driving?
That's Nick can speak on that.
Yeah, Nick,
Right.
tell them what you've done.
Tell me about the driving part, because I'm quite sure when you first started you weren't driving.
No.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. So now you are.
Yeah.
See?
For at least 2 years now. I was tired of my father driving me all the time, so I just what's the word I'm looking for? I just started. I called.
You just decided that it's about time you drove yourself.
Yeah, and I called this place to help me start learning how to drive. Then after that, I drove the Mercedes for a while, but then it broke down, so I bought my first car. I bought my first car.
So you bought your, isn't that, so not only you have a job, you've lost weight, you're connected with your family. This is like 100% go, I'm telling you. And you're driving. So you've become financially independent, a car independent, everything, you're totally independent. Isn't that amazing? That is, congratulations. Congratulations for taking that step. And for you, for recognizing how you can help it. And now you obviously have a big story with your son. Is your son now driving and doing all those things yet?
My son doesn't want to drive. He said Vegas people drive too crazy for him.
Well, I agree with that.
that's
I mean,
true.
So he's a little on the edge about that. But what he's done though is he's downloaded the app for Uber and Lyft on his phone, and he takes that wherever he wants to go.
That's a brilliant idea. So
Yeah.
he did. And what does your son do now? He works.
He's working at Albertsons as a courtesy clerk, and he's also he's getting ready to go to school.
And what's he going to school for?
He's on the fence between being a geologist or actually a computer engineer. So I'm working with him to help him apply for school.
And you know that he can do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize yet that he can, but that's his dream to do that.
Correct.
Isn't that amazing that what we don't know, how intelligent these people are, that we've kind of, a lot of us have put them to one side because they don't know, but they probably know more than we know.
That's true. You know, and what's nice about Amanda is that she's hired 3 of our participants out of our program.
Really? Why?
Right.
That's a good question. I originally was going to go to school to be a school teacher for special needs.
Oh, really?
So I guess it's my way of still applying that.
Applying that to
Yes.
them and understanding who they are, and you're also giving them that opportunity out
Yes.
there. That's amazing.
And Planet Fitness prides themselves on being a judgment-free zone where everybody is accepted, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the stores, too, Urbisons and all these stores, they also have that same program, don't they?
They do, yeah. We have a lot of community partners, and you know, part of this process about coming on here is to get more.
Okay, so,
You know,
so
we have
let's spread out as well. How can people get in touch with you? How can they not be afraid, or how can they admit, you know, because some people feel ashamed of not having somebody as coherent in society, which is ridiculous. How can they get over that and kind of come to you and get everything together and the whole family feel good?
Yeah, I actually go to a lot of HRs, and you know, within an hour I can educate the employers and really open the doors to something that they haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this probably about 2 days a week now. It's becoming more and more popular, and once human resources and hiring and recruiters and directors understand what it all entails, you know, then that opens up the door, and you know, that's a big thing right now.
Well, it's opening these doors, you know, and understanding what they are. So, to you, what is an HR? How do you feel that they actually, how they are and how they work?
Well, there's 2 parts of this. So, what happens is, you know, when we go out job searching, I'm the person that goes in and builds a relationship with human resources, you know, and educates them on the spot. Sometimes a participant like Nick will be with me, like we were when we visited Amanda. The other part, probably the more frustrating, challenging part, is some employers now use a third-party HR company.
Oh, okay.
And so what happens with that is that I don't have anybody to talk to, and a lot of people with disabilities are being discriminated
have nobody
against
to talk to
because they have no way of getting through the initial application process. So that's the unfortunate part too, is that or employers who don't want to participate or have no desire to hire somebody with a disability, they simply say, well, if this person doesn't meet our requirements like everybody else, they can't work here. Well, we know from the get-go they typically don't. It is. Yeah.
Hello, discrimination. Don't do it. Help them out there, and they might be better than somebody else.
They
can, and I'm going to say they can do jobs that probably somebody else maybe doesn't want to do. I don't know.
When I go, you know, a perfect example is going to like a retail store. A typical restore in town is a revolving door. People are quitting every week. They're constantly going through orientation, hiring, and all the people we've put through, all the adults, I would say 80% of them going back, you know, in March will be our 5th year, 80% of them are still there. So you tell me how that doesn't work.
They're so grateful. I mean, you're so grateful to life right now, because I can tell on your face, I can tell how your persona is, that you're so happy right now.
I am.
Isn't that wonderful? And it's totally, you know, at the very beginning, he told me, I said, well, I was lazy, and I was this, and I was that. But, you know, you're not now. Now you're out there, you're working, you got your car, you got everything. Your son's working, he's got Uber and Lyft, and he's got all that. So, you know, shout out to Lyft and Uber out there. You know, hey, come on, we're giving you a little publicity here. Because you are great. Both companies are great. I'm not going to go on either one. They're both great. So they help people like your son and everybody else. How can people get in touch with you?
So the main phone number is my personal cell, 702-672-0699, and then we have our website, which is www.atenv.org, and then we're also on Facebook/ATENV, and we're also on Instagram.
Instagram as well. Absolutely. Yeah. You had a question there, Nick?
So the ages again, starting to help 17?
17 years and older. Yeah, 17 years and older.
I think you go 17, and I think they'll go even up to 50, 60, 70. It doesn't really matter. Am I correct?
That's right.
Correct, yeah. The oldest person that we've ever helped was 72.
So it's never too late, is what the message I was giving out.
Absolutely, it's never too late.
But 17 years obviously is the starting age, because this is a time when actually they're leaving high school and they've haven't got too many places to go, right?
Yeah.
So they have to sort of kind of, you know,
some direction.
We're keeping the wheel going.
Keeping
really
the
is
wheel
the purpose
going.
is keeping that transition going. So when they graduate high school, there's no, they're not sitting around or they're not being productive.
No.
We're getting them in school.
Into
We're getting
school,
them driver's
yeah.
license. We're getting
Yeah.
them working, and we just keep this going so that when they become full adults and when they want to move out and be on their own, they have all the tools.
Have all the tools. Nick, as being part of this program, what message would you like to give out there to the audience out there of your experience?
Honestly, don't be afraid to ask for help. I've asked it, and from my parents, my mother, she helped me find Aaron and his company. And I owe a lot to her and my father and my grandmother, and everyone else, including my brothers and sister, and my nieces and nephews, but mostly my nephews.
Isn't that wonderful? Well, they're about all the same age. Well, no, they're not. They're younger than you, aren't you? Those are the kids you play around with. There you go. The human life enters into your life, which is amazing. That's a wonderful testimony as of to how he did it. But what I listened to, what he said was family, mum, dad, grandma, sisters, brothers, immediate family to get involved. This is kind of your message, right? That was.
It's a team effort.
Yes.
And everybody has to get involved. And so
Yeah.
we do. When we first start the intake process, I always have the parents or guardians or
Yeah.
all those involved. We sit there and we chat and we get everybody on the same page.
Everybody on the same page
Even
and
teachers and social workers, and it's a group effort. So
we know your testimony was that you wanted to actually teach children like this at a young age. So now, because you didn't do that, now you can do it this way.
That's right.
Absolutely amazing. Angel, what's your message out there to these?
I would just say, don't discredit your children. As a medical professional, I felt bad that I couldn't find the help for my son when we first moved out here. Then we found Aaron and everything went really great. So definitely don't discredit them, but also just get out there and seek the help.
Seek the help and give them a life like we all have. Same thing.
Absolutely.
Well, Aaron certainly is an inspiration to a lost generation, I'm going to say, out there. A lost cause, a lost generation, which is doing absolutely wonderful. He's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick,
Thank
Amanda, Angel, all of that. I managed to remember all their names at the end.
Yes.
I did well. I'll be right back. Vegas Live with Nina on.